Hello everyone. Today we are going to discuss about the remaining questions, that is from 51 to 100 of the mock test that was held on 25th July 2021. So the first question is of the ancient site of Rakhi Khas and Rakhi Shapur, and the correct answer is option A, that is Harappan culture. The explanation being that the ancient site of Rakhi Khas and the Rakhi Shapur are collectively known as the Rakhi Garhi, which is located on the right bank of Palileo Channel, which has now been dried up, and there are about 7 mounds that are located here, and the site has wielded various stages of the Harappan culture and is by now the largest Harappan sites in India. The Rakhi Garhi has two Harappan stages, that is the early Harappan stage, also known as the Harappan culture stage, dating back to the 5500 BC to 2700 BC, and the mature stage, which is also referred to as the stage of civilization, which is dating from 2600 BC to 2000 BC. The second question that is of the NMPB, that is the National Medicinal Plants Board, about the regional facilitation centers that have been established. So the correct answer is option C, that is one only, which says that there are only 7 regions in which the regional facilitation centers have been established. So the National Medicinal Plants Board has established 7 regional facilitation centers in various regions of the country in order to promote medicinal plant sectors. The Government of India has set up this board on 24th of November 2000, and the primary aim is to develop an appropriate mechanism for the coordination between various ministries, departments and organizations, and to implement the support policies and programs for the overall growth of the medicinal plant sector, both at the central and at the state level. The third question that we have in hand is of the headquarters of the State Medicinal Plants Board, the location where it is located. So the correct answer is option B, that is Thrissur. So the State Medicinal Plants Board, Kerala, was constituted under the administrative jurisdiction of Health and Family Welfare Department, Government of Kerala in 2002, as per the direction of the Department of Ayush, Government of India. And the primary aim of this board is to coordinate matters relating to cultivation, conservation, research and development, and the promotion of medicinal sectors in the state. The headquarters of the board is located at Thrissur, and the regional office is located at Pujapura, that is Thiruvananthapuram. The next question is about the Small Farmers Agri-Business Consortium, that was under which act it was established. The correct answer being answer C, that is the Societies Registration Act 1860. Now, the Small Farmers Agri-Business Consortium is an autonomous society promoted by the Ministry of Agriculture, Cooperation and Farmers Welfare, Government of India. It is an exclusive society which is focused on increasing the incomes of the small and the marginal farmers through aggregation and the development of agro-business. And it was established in 1994 under the Societies Registration Act 1860. The next question is about the National Backward Classes Finance and Development Corporation, under which session the act was established. So the answer is option D, that is section 25. The National Backward Classes Finance and Development Corporation was incorporated under Section 25 of the Companies Act 1956 on 13th January 1992, now Section 8 of the Companies Act 2013, as a company not for profit but with an objective to promote economic developmental activities for the benefit of other backward classes and to assist the poorer sections of these classes. The next question that we have in hand is about the contribution of the developmental programs in all the states except in states like Northeast and the Himalayas. So the correct answer is option A, that is 60%. Now, Mission for Integrated Development of Horticulture is centrally sponsored scheme for the holistic growth of the horticulture sector, covering fruits, vegetables, roots, and tuber crops, mushrooms, etc. Under the Government of India. um, it contributes about 60% of the total outlay of the developmental programs in all the states, except in states like Northeast and the Himalayas. 40% share is contributed by the state governments of the northeastern states and the Himalayan states. Now, next question that we have in hand is of the defense titled Innovations for Defense Excellence. When was it launched? So the correct answer is option C, that is April 2018. An innovation ecosystem for defense titled Innovations for Defense Excellence was launched in April 2018 by the Honorable Prime Minister, and it is aimed at creation of an ecosystem to foster innovation and technology development in defense and aerospace by engaging industries including MSMEs, startups, individual innovators, institutes and academia, and also to provide them with grants and funds and other supportive activities in order to carry out R&D, which has a good potential for future adoption for the Indian defense and aerospace needs. The next question is on Agricultural and Processed Food Products Export Development Authority, that is APEDA, and the correct answer is option A, 1985. The Agricultural and Processed Food Products Export Development Authority, APEDA, was established by the Government of India under the Agricultural and Processed Food Products Export Development Authority Act, which was passed by the Parliament in December 1985. And the main aim is to promote the exports of agricultural and processed items and products from India. The next question is of the time period for the Jal Shakti Abhiyan, that is Catch the Rain campaign. The correct answer is option C, that is 22nd March 2021 to 30th November 2021. Now on March 22, the Prime Minister Narendra Modi launched the Jal Shakti Abhiyan, that is the Catch the Rain campaign, on the World Water Day, pointing out the importance of water conservation and prevention. So the Catch the Rain campaign will be implemented from March 22nd to November 30th during the pre-monsoon and the monsoon period in the country. The next question is of the tribal community, that is the procurement of the tribal art and craft items. So the correct answer is option D, 1999. The Tribal Cooperative Marketing Development Federation of India, that is the TriFed, is a national level cooperative body under the administrative control of the Ministry of Tribal Affairs, Government of India. It was established under the Multi-State Cooperative Societies Act 1984 under the former Minister of Welfare. Later it came under the control of the Ministry of Tribal Affairs, and in order to empower the downtrodden tribal community, it had started the procurement of tribal art and craft items firstly in 1999 through its retail outlet called the Tribes India, the Tribal Cooperative Marketing Federation of India, TriFed. And the main objective of was to institutionalize the trade of minor food products and to provide the tribals of India a fair price for the agricultural products produced by them. It was established in 1987 and came into operation in 1988. The next question is on the basis of the One District, One Product program, and the correct answer is option A, January 24, 2018. Now, the government of Uttar Pradesh has launched the One District, One Product scheme on 24th of January 2018. The scheme would support the indigenous industries of handicrafts, processed fruits, garments and other traditional products manufactured by the local, micro, small and medium enterprises and MSMEs. So the next question we have in hand is about the BRICS. So the correct answer is option C. Now BRICS is the group composed by the 5 major emerging economies of the world, that is Brazil, Russia, India, China and South Africa, which together represent about 42% of the total population, 23% of the GDP, and 30% of the territory and 18% of the global trade. And the BRICS members are known for the significant influence on the regional affairs. The next question is about BSIL, a mini Ratna. So the correct answer is 24th of March 1995. That is option B. So Broadcast Engineering Consultants India Limited, BSIL, a mini Ratna central public sector enterprise of the Government of India, was established on 24th of March 1995, and it provides project consultancy services and turnkey solutions encompassing the entire gamut of the radio and television broadcast engineering. The next question is about the Indian Institutes of Science, the brand statement that it had launched. So the correct answer is option D, that is 2019. The Indian Institute of Science is located in Bangalore in the Indian state of Karnataka, and the institute was established in 1909 with an active support from Jamshedji Tata, and thus also locally is known as the Tata Institute. In 2018, the Indian Institute of Science was one of the first 6 institutes to be awarded the Institute of Eminence status, and in 2019 it had launched its brand statement, that is Discover and Innovate, Transform and Transcend, Serve and Lead. The next question is about the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, where it's based in, and the correct answer is option D, that is Washington. The Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, a merging of the William H. Gates Foundation and the Gates Learning Foundation, is an American private foundation founded in Bill and Melinda Gates, based in Washington and launched in 2000, and is reported as of 2020 to be the second charitable foundation in the world. The next question is with reference to the Anganwadi services, and the correct answer is option D, that is all of the above. That is, Anganwadi is a centrally sponsored scheme implemented by the states and the union territories, which serves as a rural child and maternal care center in India. It was started by the Government of India in 1975 as a part of the Integrated Child Development Services Program in order to reduce child hunger and malnutrition, and it provides 6 package services, that is supplementary nutrition, preschool non-formal education, immunization, health checkup, nutrition and health education, and referral services. The next question is about is in relation to BRICS. That is the answer is option C, that is 2 and 3 only. So BRICS is the acronym coined to associate 5 major emerging economies of the world, that is Brazil, Russia, India, China and South Africa. And the BRICS members are known for their significant influence on the regional affairs. Russia hosted the most recent 12th BRICS summit on 17th of November 2020 virtually due to the COVID-19 pandemic. The next question is about the One District, One Product program, and the correct answer is option A, that is 1 only, which says that it was launched by the government of Uttar Pradesh. The explanation to it being that the One District, One Product program was launched by the government of Uttar Pradesh on January 24, 2018. The state government's vision was to identify one unique product from each of the 75 districts of Uttar Pradesh and create a product-specific traditional industrial hub. The next question is about the Vandhan Yojana program, and the correct answer is option D, that is all of the above. The explanation to it being that the Vandhan scheme is an initiative of the Ministry of Tribal Affairs and TriFed. It was launched on 14th of April 2018, and it seeks to improve the income of the tribals through value addition of tribal products. The scheme will be implemented through the Ministry of Tribal Affairs as nodal department at the central level and TriFed as the nodal agency at the national level. The next question is about the memorandum that was signed in order to implement the Ken-Betwa link project, and the correct answer is option C, that is Madhya Pradesh and Uttar Pradesh. On the occasion of the World Water Day on March 22nd, a memorandum of agreement was signed between the Union Minister of Jal Shakti and Chief Ministers of Uttar Pradesh and Madhya Pradesh in order to implement the Ken-Betwa project. The project is the first project under the National Perspective Plan for the interlinking of rivers, and under this project, the water from Ken River will be transferred to the Betwa River, and both are the tributaries of River Yamuna, and the link project lies in Bundelkhand, a drought-prone region which spreads across 13 districts of Uttar Pradesh and Madhya Pradesh. The next question is in relation to artificial intelligence, and the correct answer is option C, that is 2, 4 and 5 options only. The correct option is C. Artificial intelligence or AI has the potential to cut energy waste, lower energy costs, and facilitate and accelerate the use of clean renewable energy sources in power grids worldwide. AI can also improve the planning, operation, and control of power systems. The next question is with reference to the visible light communication technology, and the correct answer is options 1, 3, and 4 only. Visible light communication is a data communications variant that uses visible light between 400 and 800 THz. Optical wireless communication can be divided into 5 categories based on their transferable lane range, and the VLC can transmit large amounts of data faster than Bluetooth. Also, it has no electromagnetic interference. The next question is about the food chain, and the correct answer is option A. The correct answer is diatoms, crustaceans, herrings. The food chain starts with a producer. Crustaceans form a very large group of arthropods, which include crabs, lobsters, shrimp, krill, and barnacles. Herrings are fish and they eat crustaceans. So the next question is consider the following activities. Number 1, spraying pesticides on a crop field. Number 2, inspecting the craters of active volcanoes. Option 3, collecting breath samples from spouting whales for DNA analysis. At the present level of technology, which of the above activities can be successfully carried out by using drones? The answer is option D, 1, 2 and 3 only. Now, drone refers to an unmanned air vehicle. Different drones are capable of traveling varying heights and distances. The close range drones have the ability to travel up to 3 miles and are mostly used by hobbyists. The short range drones travel up to 90 miles and are used primarily by the intelligence gathering. And the mid-range UAVs have a 400-mile distance range and could be used for intelligence gathering, scientific studies, and meteorological research. And the longest range drones are called the Endurance UAVs and have the ability to go beyond the 400-mile range and up to 3,000 feet in the air. The next question is with reference to the communication technologies, and the correct answer is answer D, that is neither 1 nor 2. LTE or long-term evolution is a series of 4G network standards that were agreed in 2008. It was improved on the radio technology of 3Gs and introduced OFDM or orthogonal frequency division multiplexing. The next question is in relation to the digital signature, and the correct answer is option C, that is 3 only, which says an electronic method of signing an electronic document and ensuring that the original content is unchanged. The explanation being, a digital signature is a mathematical scheme for verifying the authenticity of digital messages or documents. A valid digital signature, where the prerequisites are satisfied, gives a recipient very strong reason to believe that the message was created by an unknown sender and that the message was not altered in transit. Digital signatures are standard element of most cryptographic protocol suites and are commonly used for software distribution, financial transactions, etc. The next question is on the basis of the national missions by the Ministry of Science and Technology, and the correct answer is option C, that is both of the above. That says National Mission for Sustaining Himalayan Ecosystem and National Mission on Strategic Knowledge for Climate Change. Now, the Department of Science and Technology, Ministry of Science and Technology, has been entrusted with the responsibility of coordinating 2 out of 8 national missions launched under the National Action Plan on Climate Change. These are the National Mission for Sustaining Himalayan Ecosystem and National Mission on Strategic Knowledge for Climate Change. The next question is about the Jatan software, and the correct answer is option C, which says it makes digital imprints of all the objects preserved in the museums. So Jatan is a virtual museum builder software that enables creation of digital collection management system for the Indian museums and is deployed in several national museums across India. The next question is with reference to the near field communication technology, and the correct answer is option C, that is 1 and 3 only. Near field communication is contactless communication technology based on an electromagnetic radio frequency. Hence statement 1 is correct, and it uses a base frequency of about 13.56 megahertz. The next question is on the basis of the rural board network high speed, and the correct answer is option C, that is Idukki of Kerala. Now, Idukki district of Kerala has become the first district in India to have the high speed rural broadband network, that is National Optical Fiber Network internet connectivity. The next question is on the basis of the Center for Development of Advanced Computing Works, and the correct answer is option D, that is Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology. The Center for the Development of Advanced Computing is an Indian autonomous scientific society cooperating under the Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology. So the next question is on the basis of the Electronic Vaccine Intelligence Network, and the correct answer is option C, that is both 1 and 2, which says it is a technology system that digitizes vaccine stocks, and it is aimed at strengthening immunization supply chain systems across the country. So the Electronic Vaccine Intelligence Network is being used by the state or the union territory governments in India in order to monitor the supply chain of COVID response material. So the next question is with reference to Li-Fi, and the correct answer is option C, that is both 1 and 2, which says it uses light as the medium for high-speed data transmission, and it is wireless technology and is several times faster than the Wi-Fi. So Li-Fi is a wireless communication technology which utilizes light in order to transmit the data and position between devices. The term was first introduced by Harold Haas during the 2011 TED Global Talk in Edinburgh. And in technical terms, it is a light communication system which is capable of transmitting data at a high speed over the visible light, ultraviolet, and infrared spectrums. In its present state, only LED lamps can be used for the transmission of data in visible light. And in terms of its end use, the technology is similar to that of Wi-Fi. The key technical difference being that Wi-Fi uses radio frequency in order to induce a voltage in an antenna to transmit data, whereas Li-Fi uses the modulations of light intensity in order to transmit data. The next question is on the basis of which bank has launched India's first contactless debit and credit cards, and the answer is option A, that is ICICI Bank. The correct answer being ICICI Bank. How? Because it launched the country's first contactless mobile payment solution to enable its credit and debit customers in order to make in-store contactless payments by just waving their smartphones near an NFC enabled merchant terminal. The next question is on the basis of the theme of the Indian Science Congress 2015. The correct answer is option D, that is Science and Technology for Human Development. Now, the 107th Indian Science Congress was inaugurated by the Prime Minister Narendra Modi on January 3rd, 2019 at the University of Agricultural Sciences in Bangalore. While delivering the inaugural address, the Prime Minister said that India's growth story depends upon its achievements in science and technology sector and the need to revolutionize the landscape of the Indian science, technology and innovation. So the next question says the terms WannaCry, Petya and Eternal Blue, sometimes mentioned in the news recently, are related to option A, exoplanets, option B, cryptocurrency, option C, cyber attacks, and option D, mini satellites. So the answer is option C, that is cyber attacks. The terms WannaCry, Petya and Eternal Blue are all related to cyber attacks. WannaCry ransomware locks users' devices and prevents them from accessing data and software until a certain ransom is paid to its creator. Petya spreads rapidly through networks that use Microsoft Windows. The next question says, consider the statements given below. E-Sampark is a mechanism used by the Government of India to contact citizens electronically and is a part of the Digital India campaign. Option 2, the parent ministry is the Ministry of Communication and Information Technology. So which one is correct? The option was answer A. First option is correct. So the government plans to introduce artificial intelligence system in the MCA 21 portal. This would make the compliance process easier as well as ensure routine enforcement activities are done round the clock on autopilot basis. The MCA 21 is the electronic backbone for the dissemination of information to all the stakeholders. The next question is in relation to the 3D printing, and the correct answer is option D, that is all of the above. Bioprinting process in which living tissues can be 3D printed using stem cell containing bioink. This means 3D printing has applications in bionic ears and reconstructive surgeries. There is only one option where 2 and 4 are together, that is option D. So all the above statements are correct. The next question is on the basis of the application programming interfaces, and the correct answer is option C, that is both 1 and 2, which says it can be integrated into an electronic device and online authentication using Iris is possible. So Aadhaar authentications is the process where an Aadhaar number along with other attributes including biometrics are submitted online to the central identities data repository for its verification, and such repository verifies the correctness or the lack. Therefore, on the basis of the information available with it. An authentication request is entertained by the uh, UIDAI only upon a request sent by a requesting entity electronically in accordance with its regulations. The next question is, in addition to fingerprint scanning, which of the following can be used in the biometric identification of a person? So the correct answer is option D, that is all of the above. Uh, with fingerprint scanning, the following can be used in the biometric identification of a person. It is the process of using visible and near infrared light to take a high contrast photograph of a person's iris. It is a form of biometric technology. The next question is on the basis of the Project Loon. The correct answer is option B, that is wireless communication technology. Project Loon is a research and development project being developed by the Google X with the mission of providing internet access to rural and the remote areas. The project uses high altitude balloons placed in the stratosphere at an altitude of about 18 kilometers in order to create an aerial wireless network with up to 4G LTE speeds. The next question is, Bitcoin is an example of which of the following? Option A, fiat cryptocurrency, B, non-fiat cryptocurrency, option C, plastic money, option D, fiat currency. So the correct answer is option B, non-fiat cryptocurrency. Bitcoin is a decentralized digital currency without a central bank or single administrator that can be sent from user to user on the peer-to-peer Bitcoin network without the need for any intermediaries. Transactions are verified by the network node through cryptography and recorded in public distributed ledger called a blockchain. And the currency was began to get used in 2009 when its implementation was released as open source software. The next question is, the Bitcoin was introduced in this world by, and the correct answer is option C, Satoshi Nakamoto. On 3rd January 2009, the Bitcoin network came into existence with a Satoshi Nakamoto mining the Genesis block of Bitcoin, that is block number 0, which had a reward of 50 Bitcoins. So the next question is, consider the following pairs of terms sometimes seen in news or context or topic. So the correct answer is option B, that is true only, which says blockchain technology is to digital or cryptocurrency. Now CRISPR, a new genome editor tool, could transform the field of biology. It allows scientists to edit genomes with unprecedented precision, and it is definitely not associated with the particle physics, and therefore we are left with answer B only, that is 2 only. Now what is Belly 2 experiment? It was conducted in Japan to study the violations of the standard model of particle physics, and therefore answer B is correct. The next question is, what is the difference between CFL and an LED lamp? And the answer is option C, 1 and 3 only. Now, to produce light, a CFL uses mercury vapor and phosphor, while an LED lamp uses semiconductor material. The average lifespan of a CFL is much longer than that of an LED lamp. Therefore, a CFL is less energy efficient as compared to an LED lamp. Therefore, answer C, that is 1 and 3 are correct only. Now, the next question is, a new optical disc format known as the Blu-ray disc is becoming popular. In what way is it different from the traditional DVD? Now, the correct answer is option B, that is 1 and 2 only. A new optical disc format known as the Blu-ray disc is becoming popular compared to a DVD because the BD format has several times more storage capacity. Thickness of BD is 2.4 mm, while that of a DVD is 1.2 mm. Therefore, answer B is correct. The next question is, organic light emitting diodes are used to create digital display in many devices. What are the advantages of OLED displays over liquid crystal displays? So the correct answer is option C, that is 1, 2 and 3. Now, organic light emitting diodes displays can be fabricated on flexible plastic substrates. Roll-up displays embedded in clothing can be made using OLEDs. Transparent displays are possible using OLEDs. A major advantage of OLED over LCD is that it is lightweight and has flexible plastic substrates. The next question is, the cost benefit analysis of RPA involves option A, process improvement, option B, staff productivity, option C, ROI, and option D, all of the above. So the correct answer is option D, that is all of the above mentioned options. A cost benefit analysis is a process used to analyze decisions based on which RPA implementation is carried out in an organization. The COE team sums the benefits of a process and then subtracts the costs associated with taking the process. And the cost benefit analysis of RPA involves process improvement, staff productivity, ROI, etc. The next question is to consider the statements that are given below, and the correct answer was option B, that is second one is correct. That is, Microsoft wants to use it to beam Wi-Fi on a bigger scale of 10 kilometers radius. In telecommunications, white spaces refers to the radio frequencies allocated to a broadcasting service but not used locally. National and international bodies assign frequencies for specific uses and in most cases license the rights to broadcast over these frequencies. This frequency allocation process creates a band plan which for technical reasons assigns white space between used radio bands and channels to avoid interface. And in this case, while the frequencies are unused, they have been specifically assigned for a purpose, such as a guard band. Most commonly, however, these white spaces exist naturally between used channels, since assigning nearby transmissions to immediately adjacent channels will cause destructive interface to both. The last question that we have in hand is to consider the statements given below, and the correct answer is option A, that is first, which says e-Sampark is a mechanism used by the Government of India to contact citizens electronically and is a part of the Digital India campaign. The correct answer is option A, and the explanation being e-Sampark is a mechanism to connect the government directly with the citizens across India by running mailer, outboard dialing and SMS campaigns. The platform is used for sharing information and public service messages. The concept of e-Sampark has been introduced to establish proactive communication by digitalizing campaigns. The multi-facet platform facilitates not only seamless communication between the government and the citizens, but also maintains a database of contacts of the nodal officers, representatives and citizens. And in addition to it, users can also view the previous campaigns conducted. That's the end now. I hope you have understood all the questions of the mock test. If you have any doubts regarding the same, feel free to reach out to us on our website artharan.co.in and also register yourselves on the website itself to get more contents and have the access to the mock tests that are scheduled on a daily basis. Thank you so much.